Hello everyone and welcome to the HSOT Jamboree, brought to you by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, the U.S. Army, and 2 men and a truck. It is now time for game 2 of 5 of them this afternoon here at Wake Forest High School. I am J. Mike Blake. Pleased to have you along with us. We're just about to get things kicked off here. And joining me for this one will be Jonas Pope IV. Welcome, Jonas. As always, good to have you here at Wake Forest High School.
It is good to be back on the microphone with you, Mr. Blake.
Starting off here with a quick pass to the right for Terry Sanford. These two teams were conference opponents for the last 4 years and developed, even though they're not necessarily close by each other, developed a little bit of a dislike for one another. Having competed for conference championships. That's Jacob Moore, the quarterback for Terry Sanford. Playoff team a year ago. Both teams are 6A this year, but no longer in that same conference. Moore throwing again to his right. Screen pass complete to Prince White. He's brought down for a short gain.
A little RPO action here to start the game. I like it. A little run pass option. Timing is key. And that's why we do these jamborees and these scrimmages, to get the timing down pat for those RPO plays.
Got to get that mesh down pat.
Absolutely, the mesh. I got to get my terminology down pat too, so I'm glad you said that, the mesh down pat for that RPO action.
This will be a 3rd and 7 here for Terry Sanford. Going deep, looking again that time for Prince White. It's incomplete. And so a few things about the HSOT Jamboree, some of the rules. We will have punts and field goals, but there'll be no rush on those and no return. We have 2 halves with 24 minutes each, a running clock until about the last minute or so of the second half. Then some incompletions and things like that we'll stop the clock for. Had a few dramatics in game 1 there. Corinth Holders with a chance to tie on the final drive. Came up short. It was 20-12. The Southern Durham was victorious. And here Terry Sanford will have to punt on its first drive of the game.
I like these situations where you get to go over the kicking game, the punting game, because these high school teams don't commit a whole lot of times. These like a college program every single practice. So to get it here under the lights, so to speak, and make sure you got the snaps down pat and know where everybody lines up. It's good extra reps for special teams heading to week 1.
Yeah, for high schools, you'll see a Division I kicker miss field goals because the snap was bad or the hole was bad or something like that. So anytime you get those guys reps, you don't think about the long snapper until something goes wrong.
Exactly.
So it's good to get those guys on the same page here in the early going. So taking over at the 45 will be Harnett Central, led by quarterback Kobe Howard. So Howard had a big year last year, as a sophomore, more than 2,000 yards. Pistol formation for the Trojans. Howard, he wanted to go deep there, brings it down and is deflected. Good job there by Latrell Lynch to get a hand in, not only in the face of Howard, but also a hand on that pass. There's holding on the play, however, so Harnett Central will move back a little bit further.
And you can tell, speaking of Howard, how much confidence they have in him. First play of the game, he's dropping back and looking downfield. Like I said, you got a junior who played big minutes as a sophomore. You can trust him. He probably knows it, the offense in and out like the back of his hand, and we'll probably see him sling it a lot today.
Yeah, Howard, and part of this is also with their coach bringing kind of a different feel to the Harnett Central offense. They do a lot of pistol formation. And a handoff here.
Good cut.
This is, I believe that is Rashawn Towson, a junior, with it.
It's something you see from elite backs. Don't run right into the back of your blockers, and don't run right into where it's always designed to be. Sometimes you got to improv on the fly. That's what he did there with a nice cut to the outside.
2nd and 10. Was going to say Corey Barnes is a Triton alumnus. It was just the rival of Harnett Central. Corey Barnes, when he came to Harnett Central a few years ago, it had been a long time since Harnett Central had a winning record and almost brought down the backfield, but still moving. This is Towson. But last year's 9 wins was the most that Harnett Central has had since its heyday, back when it was actually a 4A state runner-up. It could have been, Jonas, you'll appreciate this, it could have been the very first Harnett County team in any sport to win a state title. They lost by 2.
Was it a safety? Was it a safety?
It was they had to go for 2, I believe, at the end, and then almost got the onside kick and then had a field goal after that.
What year was that?
It was, I believe, 2009, 2010, somewhere
Who they
around
lose
there.
to?
Brian, they lost to AC Reynolds.
Okay.
The Brian Taylor era.
I remember that. ECU guy. Was he ECU or State guy?
State and
guy.
then finished up at Campbell.
Okay. I forgot I'm talking to the Harnett County historian when it comes to Harnett County athletics. I doubt you'll need any Northampton County references here tonight, but just in case, I'm here.
Maybe down the road.
Maybe down the road.
Maybe when A.J. Roberts takes the field for Rollsville at the 7 o'clock
absolutely,
game.
I got
bring
you.
in that. So a procedural penalty moves it back. 3rd and 10 here for Harnett Central. Trips to the left of Howard.
He's got him.
Gunning deep. This is a pretty ball, and is caught. Brought in by D.J. Brown. D.J. Brown, the leading returner or leading receiver from last year's team. That was not an easy catch. It was good coverage there on the outside.
Hey, you know where that comes from? That comes from last year playing together, timing, reps in the summertime, just knowing where your guy's going to be. He dropped it right in the bucket for Brown streaking down the sidelines.
That one about a 25-yard pass, gets it to the 19. Howard, he's going to be flush in the pocket this time. He'll be brought down. Not supposed to tackle the quarterbacks. As soon as you get one hand on them here in the Jamboree, they're supposed to blow it dead.
Yeah, good luck telling those guys that when they see a different colored jersey. It may take a couple quarters or a quarter or two for them to realize, hey, this is like a scrimmage against our own guys. We can hit everybody but the quarterback.
I think it's also kind of hard. Sometimes referees are like, that's not a tackle, but you're supposed to call it in this case.
Absolutely.
So 17 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the first half. And now a 2nd and call this 21 for the Trojans. The give is to Towson. He fights out of a couple tacklers. He'll pick up about 3.
He earned every bit of that. But again, he made something out of nothing. He was met in the backfield by a few defenders, kept his feet moving. Again, used that vision to bounce to the outside. It looks like he made what looked like was going to be a very negative play into something positive for Harnett Central.
Jordan Browning on the tackle there for Terry Sanford. Makes it a little bit more manageable here on 3rd. Still 3rd and long. Howard dropping back, got single coverage to the right, going for his man. It's a little bit too far. I think maybe he got a little bit tripped up there early into that.
Yep, definitely had him. Definitely had him. 82, he beat his man, but just a little bit outside. And again, they might not have the same timing that Brown and Howard have, but he had a guy open out there on the outside.
4th down coming up. He was looking for Dwayne Ramos on that one, 5'9" senior.
Who's also the kicker.
Though he will not be coming out here to kick this one. It's a little bit outside of most field goal range. Oh, wait, no, he is. Well, look at that. Very similar personnel, but no, they are going to kick this one. So we'll see if Ramos' leg here.
Little Noah Burnett action, kicker and wide receiver here on the high school ranks. Let's see.
44-yarder, snap, mishandled, and so that play is dead. You can't rush the kicker. At the same time, if you don't get the hold right, we just wipe it away immediately. So Terry Sanford will take over. In our first game here at the high school OT Jamboree, or second game of the high school OT Jamboree. Both teams have had the ball once. This Jamboree is brought to you in part by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, which is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order with Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken from one of their 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson as well.
And Nightdale.
That's right. You've got one right near you.
Right near me. Had it for the first time a few weeks ago.
Pretty good.
Amazing. I can't wait to get back to it today.
There you go. Yeah, this year we have High School T's Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. This will be your home for the biggest games in the state every Friday night. It'll start August 22nd with these Terry Sanford Bulldogs hosting 3A runner-up 71st. And Alpaca Peruvian Chicken will feed both teams, as a matter of fact. And again, High School T Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken live on High School OT. The give here is Isaiah Williams. And just at the first down marker, and he gets it. So first down, moving the chains here for Terry Sanford.
So impressive, the vision of these guys at this level. Like he brought it down the line of scrimmage, saw open and made a quick cut, positive gain for Terry Sanford.
Ball now at the 37. Harnett Central showing blitz. Terry Sanford pointing it out. High snap, brings it down and hands it off. Solid 4-yard, maybe 5-yard pickup there by running back Isaiah Washington.
Again, another play, high snap play could have gone badly after a bad start, but it made something happen. So another positive play for the Bulldogs.
Last year, these two teams met. It was essentially a conference championship on the line. Terry Sanford won convincingly, 42-0. As Moore throws out to his left, complete for short yardage. That was a long throw to pick up a few yards. It was brought in by Isaiah Williams.
Harnett Central was all over that one. You could tell. You could tell those 7-on-7 from the summer reps pay off when the guys know their reads this early. They know their assignments on defense. They sniffed out and out right away.
Third and short. Terry Sanford worked a lot of no huddle.
Oof.
And a give is stopped almost immediately. Wyatt Radbill, number 99, the first one in on the tackle. Loss of 1. And so it'll be fourth down, and Terry Sanford's punting unit will come out onto the field.
You'll see a lot of guys from the Terry Sanford offensive line having some animated discussions as they're coming off the field. So maybe it was a blown assignment or miscommunications up front. But again, that's why we have these jamborees. This doesn't count for anything in the standings. So you iron it out, watch some film, and get it fixed before week 1.
And this punt, it's a fair catch, so maintaining good field position there. Still scoreless here in the second game of the High School T Jamboree, presented by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men in a Truck, and the U.S. Army. We'll take a quick break and be back after this.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on highschoolot.com.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough. Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills. I am American soldier.
Welcome back to the High School T Jamboree, brought to you by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men in a Truck, and the U.S. Army. I am J. Mike Blake. You're looking at our second game out of 5 coming up today. As Harnett Central is taking on Terry Sanford, a screen pass there. Little tunnel screen and trying to work his way all the way around the opposite side is DJ Brown. Getting across midfield. How about that? Showing you why he has offers from Campbell and Old Dominion.
That's a clear example of what happens. Just get the ball to the athletes. Again, get the ball to the best player on the field and just watch the magic happen. That was a play that looked like it was disastrous when he made the catch, but hey, again, athletes, man. When you get the ball to the athletes and just get out of the way and make things happen. Excellent play.
Definitely one of those no, yes, yes, yes. When you start reversing field and working your way backwards a little bit, coaches start to freak out. We're at about 10 minutes here in the first half. Running clock format here at the High School T Jamboree. It's Colby Howard will hand off to his running back. That looks like number 6 is Paul Hayes. Solid gain. About 4 yards on the pickup. Stay with us throughout the evening, folks. We have games coming up at 7, 8, and 9 o'clock, including some of the top 10 teams in the state. That features 2 of them in our next one. It's Rollsville and Cardinal Gibbons at 7, followed by Wake Forest Middle Creek at 8, And then Southeast Raleigh and Millbrook at 9. Flag coming here as one of the receivers took off a little too early. Again, we are 2 weeks out from the regular season. And there's a trade-off when that happens. You're going to get a lot of the starters playing longer. Sometimes the closer to the regular season, coaches pull those starters early. We're going to see a lot of starters for a long period of times. However, a lot of procedural penalties, things to get worked out in the long run. They're learning here. It's like you said, watch it on film later and learn from it.
Well, as a former receiver, I was always told you should never be a false start as a receiver. You don't listen to the snap count. You just watch the ball. But hey, again, it's preseason. You get antsy out there. You got to hold your water, but you do get antsy out there on that island.
Ooh,
whoa!
Howard tackled it as he goes around the side. And I believe, Jonas, you kind of mentioned earlier, it's going to be very hard for a defensive lineman to only reach out one hand to bring it in. That was Justice Clifton bringing him down.
Yeah, again, they probably heard for the last week or so, don't hit the quarterback, that's your guy. And then you see a different color jersey, you're in game mode, and it's hard to turn off that switch. When you see your quarterback running, he's not on your team, you say, tackle. You're not thinking about the rules of not touching the quarterback.
Snap. A good cadence there from Colby Brown to get them to jump there, you could tell.
Great discipline by the offensive line.
Yeah, and you can also taking advantage of that last sack. Defense is so antsy to get back in the backfield again.
Absolutely.
Perfect time to get them to jump. It makes it a 3rd and 11 here. So we're under 8 minutes left in the first half.
That's a good point. I don't know if that was a call by the coaching staff or the quarterback, but very good observation. And got them antsy on their heels. They're ready to come again and the long snap count.
Howard looking over the middle into a crowd and is caught. Caught by DJ Brown in traffic.
Wow. Great catch. I mean, you don't see with the head tap, too. Or maybe he's tired. But you don't see a lot of kids in this level going across the middle, that being that aggressive, going up and getting the ball at his high point. Well, great job.
He landed with so many guys. I think he kind of landed a little awkwardly. Might want to get it looked at. But that's 2 incredible catches from DJ Brown, plus it was a simple catch, but a lot of run after the catch on his tunnel screen that he took around the opposite side. So making a name for himself. Yeah, and also bringing Harnett Central a little bit closer to the end zone. They're at the 30.
Yeah, he went straight to the water bucket over there. Well earned, young man.
The handoff. This is to number 6. It's Paul Hayes. A downhill runner.
Yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth. Downhill, running behind the shoulder pass. And Brown's right back in the game. He's got a quick sip of water. Catch his breath for a second, take some deep breaths right back in there.
Well, that's good because you don't want to see any injuries, even if it's just turning an ankle now. You want to see everyone healthy.
Right. You know what? In a couple of drives, he's done enough. Like, hey, we've seen enough. We know you're a starter. Relax. He's shown enough already through 2 drives.
Just under 6.5 minutes now. Howard.
Oh, look at the
handing off.
Following the blockers.
This is Hayes. He's got himself a first down.
Great
He'll move the chains again.
Great patience, following his blockers. He had 2 offensive linemen pulling, making a lane for him to follow behind, and great pickup by the running back. And those linemen were moving, too. Showed some swift feet on that pull.
Harnett Central 8-3 a year ago. And again, that's one of their best seasons in recent history for a team that has played in the state championship in this century. Give off again to Hayes. He gets to about the 10. Harnett Central last year losing their opener in overtime, then winning the next 5 in a row. They go into this big game with Terry Sanford with first place on the line. Terry Sanford thumps them 42-0. Harnett Central wins out the next 3 games to end the regular season and then loses in the first round of the playoffs of the game you were at. A very tough first round draw to be 8-2 going to the playoffs and having to go to Southern Nash. That was a tough draw for Harnett Central, and they ended last year 8-3. This is about a 2nd and 4 coming up for the Trojans out of Anger. The quick throw, at low snap, and a good decision there by Howard. He knew who was going to be open, and it was complete to Cole Thompson, the junior, and there'll be a 1st and goal.
And that's what you get from an experienced quarterback who took a lot of live shots last year. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with the ball as soon as it was snapped, and he hit his man in stride. So it's obvious he knows the plays, he knows the offense in and out.
We got a timeout on the field, and with that, we'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
your time to move things forward. U.S. Army Reserve.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
We are back at the high school T Jamboree, and Harnett Central is knocking on the door here. Shadows getting a little bit longer as they head into this end zone on a beautiful night at Wake Forest. Handoff going nowhere. As Rashawn Townsend, low snap, kind of messing up things there in the backfield. Less than 5 minutes left here in the first half of our second game out of 5. High school T Jamboree, this is the 15th edition of it. This year is brought to you by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men and a Truck, and the U.S. Army. If you're in the area, we have 3 more of these coming up, and they only get better and better. So come on out. You have to enjoy the weather when you get a day of weather like this, 80 degrees on August 9th. Come on out and watch some good football. You can get your tickets for only $10 on GoFan.com. Howard looking to the end zone. Got Smith out there. Caught. Touchdown. Harnett Central. Sorry, DJ Brown with the catch. DJ Brown has been everywhere tonight for Harnett Central.
Brown with the perfect post corner route. I mean, he really sold to the inside. Very, very impressive footwork. I mean, the cornerback was confused right from the start, wide open. And the quarterback, give credit to Howard, hit him right in stride in the corner. This is a dangerous combination that the state should watch out for this year.
DJ Brown, boy, he's done a lot here in this half. We have the extra point coming up here. There will be no rush on this one as Harnett Central tries to make it 7-0. It goes in after a bit of a pump fake on the extra point try, and it is now 7-0. Harnett Central leading Terry Sanford here at the high school T Jamboree with 3:56 left in the first half.
You want to talk about a natural receiver, like what we've seen from Brown, the route running, the hands, the ability, everything, the footwork. He has all the tools that you're looking for a pass catcher at this level.
So Terry Sanford will take over here at the 20 as per Jamboree rules, trying to get on the board. Things haven't been quite connecting so far for the Bulldogs, who are moving into a new conference this year. And it's going to be a pretty good conference in a lot of sports for Terry Sanford. They are now a 6A school. They'll be in there with Scotland and Grays Creek, as well as 7A schools, Cape Fear, Lumberton, and Purnell Sweat. For Terry Sanford, that's good. They get reunited with an old rival like Cape Fear. Handoff carry there by Moore, quarterback keeping it.
Had us fooled. I thought the running back had the ball. He was 10 yards down the field. Like, oh, great play, great read. But I mean, I guess that's part of the RPOs to fool everybody. They definitely fooled this announcer up here, but they didn't fool all the defenders on the field down there.
Well, you've got preseason to work through as well.
Absolutely,
there, Jonathan.
absolutely. It's preseason for everybody.
Jacob Moore picking up a few yards there before being touchdown. Trips to the left for Moore. He's looking to that side, but he's going to be sacked. And a flag is coming in as well. But by the ankles there, that was Trayon Truesdale. I think the flag will be holding, but it might be one you just want to decline given the sack.
Yeah. Now, is this the first year they've done that, hands off the quarterback, or has it been like a traditional thing out here every year?
I do not know the answer to that, but I don't feel like it has been a rule for very long.
Okay. I was wondering, because once you going live, you're going live.
Right.
And I just figured if you're going to go live with the quarterback, especially this time of year, they got to get hit eventually. Hey.
Well, I tell you what, usually this Jamboree is the week before the season starts, so things are a little bit more live in that, so that could be part of it as well. And like no big quarterback hits this far out.
That makes sense.
Moore throwing quick to his right. That's Gavin Crock with a catch. Gets a few positive yards, but it's still second and long as we are now ticking underneath 2.5 minutes left here in the first half.
A 2-minute drill from the Bulldogs. About to see here.
They do seem to like a little 2-minute drill just normally. They started off this game, the 2-minute drill. The ball is now at the 16-yard line. They've got a 3rd and 14 showing up. Moore under pressure, gets it off.
He's got him.
Throwing a crop and broken up, but a flag is coming in.
That's what you do when it's underthrown. If you're the receiver, you go back to the ball. Defender never turned his head around and just threw his arms up. So easy call for the official there.
And they're going to pick up 15 yards, which should be enough for the first down. It's not an automatic first down in high school. So you have to mark the ball. And since it was 3rd and 14, it will be a first down. So they needed just enough there to keep moving it.
Not afraid to take some shots, though. You know, with less than 2 minutes on the clock, that's what you got to do if you want to get some momentum going into halftime for the second half.
So again, thank you for watching right now the High School T Jamboree, brought to you by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men and a Truck, and the U.S. Army. Moore will actually hand this off. That is number 23, Isaiah Washington, with it. He gets only about a yard, as Harnett Central was prepared for that one, not fooled at all.
The Bulldogs being conservative here. I'm surprised. After taking that shot and having a guy who's open, and just handing off to the back with 135 and counting in the first half, I thought it would be a little bit more aggressive and try to take some more shots.
Defensive line of Harnett Central, led by number 99, Wyatt Raybill, has been really, really good in this first half. Moore throwing to his left. It's complete, I believe, but only for a yard. To number 2, Isaiah Williams. Only a minute 15 left here in the first half. The Bulldogs need to get on the board, and they'll need to do so quickly. It's now only 3rd and 7, however.
Well, the tricky part now is you can't fall asleep if you're Harnett Central on defense. They've thrown it. If they took the shot, ran the ball, threw it short. So they might be setting them up for another big play here.
Trips to the right. The clock now ticking underneath a minute. They're trying to move it deep.
There it is.
Moore throwing it out long. Little bit too far. Trying to get his feet under him there was the intended receiver. That was Will Lake.
Had him beat.
Speaking of moving, if you need solutions for moving, storage, or junk removal, locally owned and operated company, 2 Men and a Truck has you covered. All of 2 Men and a Truck's movers and haulers are background checked, uniformed, and insured. Visit 2menandtruck.com to get your move started today.
Again, another situation where it looks like it's Jamboree jitters or Jamboree just wrinkles they haven't ironed out yet because they got people trying to get on the same page, as expected this time of year.
Low snap. Now the kick is up. And fair caught about the 45-yard line. Another one of our sponsors here is Harnett Central is going to take over here for this last drive with only 30.8 seconds left. Another one of our sponsors is the U.S. Army. With more than 20 different career fields to choose from, U.S. Army officers receive financial aid for a debt-free education at one of the largest and most advanced organizations of learning in the world. Be all you can be. Visit GoArmy.com for more information today.
All right, now if you're Terry Sanford here, simple assignment. Find number 1.
Find number 1.
Find number 1.
Well, I think that's also what Colby Howard may want to do, is find number 1. But he's going to the opposite side and throwing it on a rope and completes downfield. Howard. That time Smith was a little bit of a decoy.
Yeah. We were all looking at one. He didn't even move.
He didn't even move. He went to Cole Thompson on the right side. Now 24.4 seconds left. Harnett Central trying to pad its lead. The clock is ticking again. Howard going back to the right, throwing it deep. DJ Brown incomplete. Not a bad idea to go to Brown.
Hey, what can Brown do for you, right? Like UPS is. Brown's done a lot for Harnett Central this first half, and again, he had a man beat. Jamboree timing. You got to get that timing down pat, but right idea. I mean, go to Brown. He's been your big play guy the first half.
And then not only showing the value of him and moving the ball, but clearly on that previous play, kind of fell asleep on the other side of the field, forgetting that Brown could also just be a decoy. 11.7 seconds left in the first half. Howard under pressure. He's going to be sacked.
That's a real
Brought
sack.
down Justice Clifton. That's his second of the day. Flag comes in. 6 seconds flat left on the clock.
You know, I'm sure the quarterbacks want to get hit too. They want to get get it out of the way.
Well, you don't want to get happy feet in the regular season. That's
Exactly.
for sure.
And you want to get those live bullets out of the way now instead of week 1 taking that first real hit. Well, not now because he's taking the first real hit. He's taking this real hit. But
So that is going to be roughing because that's Clifton's second sack that he's hit the quarterback. You get a flag on the second one. And then it'll be a timeout here by Harnett Central. 6 seconds again. 6 seconds left in the first half. They lead 7-0 against their old conference rivals. No longer that way anymore. Harnett Central is moving into the Carolina Pines Conference, which features teams from everything from Moore County to Johnston in between. It'll be Harnett Central, their county rivals Western Harnett and Triton. Johnston County, you've got West Johnston, South Johnston, and then you've got Lee County, Southern Lee, and Union Pines. So everyone kind of bunched together and kind of south of Wake County. All 6A schools. One of the only conference in the state next year that'll have only 6A schools. Everybody else is split up. So Harnett Central here. This, barring something really unforeseen, be our last play of the first half. Thank you for joining the High School OT Jamboree presented by Alpaca, 2 Men in a Truck, and U.S. Army. Again, this is our second game out of 5 tonight, so stay with us all throughout the evening or come out and join us here at Wake Forest High School. Howard looking, going to the end zone, tipped up into the air, almost brought in by the offensive lineman. That would have been a fun way to end the first half, but instead, we'll stop it right there. Unless there is a flag down, there is a flag down.
And of course, your famous last words saying this will be the last play of the half.
I think
of
I
course.
got to stop doing that. I have to stop doing that.
Here comes another play.
I am my own worst enemy there. That yellow piece of laundry has my number tonight. It is a penalty. They pointed to Terry Sanford. So we might have another chance to end the half with Harnett Central going for the end zone. Indeed they will. Mark it down at the 9. This will be an untimed play. No seconds left on the clock. Harnett Central is going to trot out the kicking team.
Again, it's preseason. Why not? Those guys got to get their reps in as well.
Not a bad idea, especially 5 yards closer.
Yep, I get a snapper, the holder, the kicker. They got to get their timing down as well. So this is important. I mean, a lot of people probably wonder why they didn't try the offense back out there, but you want to get these kicker reps are just as important as it is to get those offensive plays off as well.
Kicker number 80. We do not have the name on the roster. Trying here a 29-yard field goal, and it is good. Harnett Central will take a 10-0 lead into halftime here, the second game of the High School OT Jamboree presented by Alpaca Chicken, the U.S. Army, and 2 Men in the Truck. We'll take a break and join you for the second half here in High School OT.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on highschoolot.com.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough. Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills. I am American soldier.
Offering these sponsors are just check them out on your way out. And finally, once again, folks, if you are not getting snacks or using the restroom, please clear the concourse and all stairways and walkways so that emergency personnel can do what they need to do to get to fans that may be in need. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of our high school team football jamboree.
Welcome back to the High School T Jamboree here, folks. We are in second half of game 2 tonight. There's Harnett Central, and this is DJ Brown starting off the second half with an 80-yard house call. Just give him the ball and watch him run.
How the song about Lil Wayne, Go DJ? That's my DJ?
That's my DJ.
Go DJ?
That's the only DJ you need to set it off. Harnett Central now up 16-0. DJ Brown has offers from Campbell and Old Dominion. And with speed like that, he's going to grow that offer list a little bit in his senior season.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see what he puts on tape this year because he's shown through a half in one play. Like he's an elite level player out here at the wide receiver position. I mean, he caught that ball at the line of scrimmage and he made that happen himself. Made guys miss and just outran the rest of the defense.
And if you're just joining us, what we're trying to tell you is DJ Brown has been making plays like that all afternoon for Harnett Central. He caught the touchdown in the first half to make it 7-0 Harnett Central. The Trojans got a field goal right before the second half or first half ended. That sent us into halftime with a 10-0 lead, and then we start off one play, 80 yards. DJ Brown, 2 scores, and the Trojans are looking pretty good here. And again, if you're just joining us, this is only game 2 of 5. The High School T Jamboree presented by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men in a Truck, and U.S. Army. After this, originally scheduled for 7, we're going to be a little bit later on that schedule, but that's okay. Up next will be Cardinal Gibbons in Rollsville. Then it's the host school, Wake Forest, taking on Middle Creek. And then last, but definitely not least tonight, is Millbrook and Southeast Raleigh. We'll have game coverage, photo galleries of all these games on highschoolt.com later tonight. And Terry Sanford, how about this? Wow. Second effort, even third effort on the carry from Isaiah Washington. That was an angry run there, Jonas, that gives Terry Sanford the first down.
It was an attitude run. I was going to say before the play started, like, you're going to see what Terry Sanford is made of right here. This is a must-score drive. It's crazy to say in a preseason jamboree, but he showed a lot of attitude in that first run. That's how you want to start the drive off.
Terry Sanford, few plays like that in the first half. They just need to show some signs of life. A throw deep on the fingertips, but dropped just outside of where Gavin Kraut could haul that one in. But a good look there from Jacob Moore, the quarterback. It'll be 2nd and 10.
I tell you what, if you're a receiver wearing number 1 today, you're going to get all the looks. They're apparently the favorite targets of both of these quarterbacks. With that one right there just off his fingertips. But, I mean, keep coming to the guy. He's been open all day. They just haven't been able to connect and go on the same page so far.
And part of what this weekend is about is also getting that timing down pat for game situations, maybe later in the year. That ball lands right into the breadbasket, and he can do something with it and go for 6. A tunnel screen going for a first down there. The second effort by Prince White.
There we go.
Jonas, here comes Terry Sanford showing signs of life that they needed to get. Your coaching staff may not be looking for a win, but they will never argue with that. But they just want to see some good signs at this point of the year. And how about this for a good sign? Isaiah Washington deep into Harnett Central territory down at the 24-yard line.
I don't want to jump the gun. We don't know how this drive is going to end, but that's how you answer a haymaker. The first play of the third quarter, Harnett Central threw a haymaker. But Terry Sanford has gotten off the mat, and they're showing some fight here on this drive.
Just under 22 minutes left here in the second half. We have a rolling clock. Moore over the middle, got a man, and I think they're going to signal it complete.
Yep. Well, can't review it here, but yeah.
It was very close where he was kind of bringing it in, and how much did it hit the ground? No instant replay, so first down it is. Prince White makes it a 1st and goal. No huddle here from the Bulldogs. The give, that's to Washington.
Stop.
Stood up.
Just stop. They shut the door.
The ball will be backed up to the 3-yard line.
That's William Jones who met him right there at the line of scrimmage and turned him around.
21 minutes left now. Moore to his left, throws complete, and in there goes Isaiah Williams. Touchdown, Terry Sanford, and that puts them on the board here just under 21 minutes in the High School T Jamboree.
Again, you want to see what your team was made of. They were down 17-0, and the tide was turning a little bit, but that's how you answer right there.
2 touchdowns in less than 4 minutes of action here in the second half. And coming in to kick the extra point for the first time today is R.J. Fox. Late sub coming, addition coming to this formation for Terry Sanford. And Fox has it lined up. Again, there's no rush on these kicks. The kick is right down the middle, and that'll make it 17-7. Terry Sanford on the board for the first time today. Here, the second game of the High School Tea Jamboree, brought to you by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men at a Truck, and the U.S. Army. We'll take a quick break and be back after this.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on highschoolot.com.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough. Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
Welcome back to the High School Tea Jamboree, brought to you by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men at a Truck, and the U.S. Army. You're watching the second game out of 5 today with Harnett Central and Terry Sanford. I am J. Mike Blake, joined by Jonas Pope IV. And only in the first 4 minutes of the second half of this one, we've had 14 points scored as both teams have gotten touchdown drives together. Again, we have 3 more games left after this one. If you're in the area, the weather could not be more perfect here in Wake Forest, North Carolina. 3 more games with Rollsville versus Gibbons coming up next, followed by Wake Forest and Middle Creek, and then Millbrook and Southeast Raleigh. Colby Howard looking deep, is tipped and incomplete. A little bit of a dangerous area there. Dangerous for both teams. Could have been an interception, could have been caught off the tip for a touchdown there. And Jonas, as Harnett Central lines up the punt this one away, what are your takeaways from how both these teams look? I know you saw Harnett Central last year in that playoff game. How do they kind of compare to last year's team?
Definitely, they like to throw the ball around, and they have their guy in Brown. They're not scared to air it out. Defense, stout, very aggressive. Running game looks better than what I saw last year. Terry Sanford, my biggest takeaway so far is how impressed I am with how they answered. How they answered the bell when they got down 17-0. And now it looks like that may have just turned things around. But they've completed it. They get a touchdown, they get a stop, they get the ball back. They can really turn the tide here and make this thing very interesting.
So part of the High School Tea Jamboree rules is that there's no rush on the punts, but you can't fair catch it, no return. Terry Sanford will take over at their own 42-yard line here. 18 minutes and about 30 seconds left in the second half. One of our sponsors is Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, which I got to have a little bit of at halftime. Absolutely delicious. They are great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order with Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken from one of their 18 locations located across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson as well. So both these teams not too far from Alpaca, one in Fayetteville, the home of Terry Sanford, and then Sanford is not too far from Harnett Central. The screen pass is complete, and I don't think he was intending that pass to go to number 29, but he stepped in front of it. Someone who we do not have on the roster.
29 is like, it's coming my way. It's in my area, so I'm going to catch it. But yeah, that play looked kind of confusing from the start. But hey, positive, so.
Harnett Central jumped the other receiver on that side. And then number 29, again, apologies we don't have you on the roster, steps in and gets a first down across midfield and are the Bulldogs. Give up the middle and almost a suplex.
Yeah.
We got to stop that before we can complete the wrestling move. That was Jameer Hayes on the carry.
Yeah, not good when you're off your feet. When someone lifts you up off your feet in the middle of a football game.
That cannot be a good feeling at all.
Oh, no.
Did that ever happen to you?
No, well, probably. I was a little lightweight. I was definitely a lightweight. It probably did.
2nd and 9 coming up here for Terry Sanford. I was a basketball player. Two-hand touch was more my speed. Hand off here to Jameer Hayes around the right side. Pick up about 2.
There's some different backs in the game now, some different receivers in the game as well for Terry Sanford. But I thought with a chance to get back in here and tie it, they might have keep their starters in there. But hey, the coaches using the scrimmage, what it's for is to get reps and get guys in the game, get some experience.
And Terry Sanford has a big Week 1 game against 71st. We'll talk more about that in a second as Moore is going long. There's some contact out there, and no flag is on the way.
Let them play.
That would have absolutely been a flag in our first game, which Southern Durham won 20-12 over Corinth Holders. No flag coming out there. Instead, it'll be 4th down. So Terry Sanford is where we're going in Week 1 of the High School T Game of the Week, which is presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. They will feed both teams. This is going to be your home for the biggest games of the state every Friday night. Terry Sanford hosting 71st. Moore escapes the pressure, but wait. They got a hand on him, and per Jamboree rules, that counts as a sack. So Harnett Central with the stop there on defense.
Here's some fans saying, come on, ref. So they might not be aware that the rule is once they get touched, you got to blow it dead, but hey.
Well, we have seen a couple of quarterback sacks that would count on Friday nights in a few weeks. So maybe there's just a little bit of confusion there. So taking over now will be Harnett Central, 1st and 10 at the 45. 15 minutes now on the clock remaining here in the second half.
Harnett Central got to get some life back to them, man. They were moving the ball and doing what they wanted to a little bit in the first half. And
Colby Howard still in the game for Harnett Central. The flags for holding come in. He whips it to DJ Brown. It'll be a 6-yard pickup that will not stand, as holding is indeed the call. Another one of our sponsors this evening is 2 Men in a Truck. If you need solutions for moving, storage, junk removal, locally owned and operated company 2 Men in a Truck has you covered. All of 2 Men in a Truck's movers and haulers are background checked, uniformed, and insured. Visit 2meninatruck.com to get your move started today. And if you have a high school senior that's out there next year, they're thinking about going off to college, depending on where they go, you might want to look at 2 Men in a Truck to help you with that. Or if you have someone at home who is in college and they're just moving to a different location, again, 2 Men in a Truck. Get your move started with them today. This is 1st and 20 now for Harnett Central. The give is to Hayes. A strong run as he kind of carries one tackler a few yards forward. It'll be a pickup of 6.
you can tell the guys who take leg days in the weight room pretty serious. He was pumping those big legs, man. He was not going to be denied the extra yards there at the end.
Yeah,
it took 2 guys to get him down because he just kept pumping those legs.
Yeah, I think if we could summarize Paul Hayes, big leg day guy,
yeah.
The way he's been running here tonight.
does not skip leg day.
And no coach would want you to do that anyway once you're on the team, right?
Absolutely. Watching him run the field, he's at least a 300-pound squatter, easily 300, probably 400.
2nd and 14. Again, thank you for joining the High School T Jamboree. We're in the second half of our second game as the flag comes in. We have 3 more after this. Next up, Rolesville and Cardinal Gibbons. Those 2 teams met twice last year. Rolesville won both of them, and they were the only 2 losses Gibbons picked up all year. That was a state semifinal game that came down to the wire, and the first one, for that matter, Jonas, you got to see, went into overtime.
So that's right.
Classic games. Those 2 teams are not going to play in the regular season, but they will play here tonight. Coming up next, at the conclusion of this one, we have about 12 minutes left. And the Trojans, Howard throwing, got Brown on the move.
Go DJ.
20, 10, 5, touchdown, Harnett Central.
I don't think there's any doubt who the best player on the field is in this
54 yards. He had an 80-yard one to start the very first play of the second half. If you're joining us, was a DJ Brown 80-yard touchdown reception. And let's also give some credit here to Kobe Howard, the quarterback. He knows how to find him and lay it perfectly. He does not have to break his stride whatsoever.
If you're Campbell or ODU, your pitch better be really, really good because there might be some other eyes on this kid by the end of the season.
Absolutely.
I mean, looks the part, 5'11", 140. I mean, you put some more weight on him, but he probably put some more weight on that frame. But, man, he can run the routes. He has good hands, good speed. We saw the footwork. Legit receiving process.
He's one of those kids, when he catches it with space, you just look down and like, okay, that's a touchdown. You know it's going to happen. The extra point is good. Harnett Central now leading 24-7 here in our second game of the HSOT Jamboree.
It looks like that Millbrook making their way to the stadium now.
Millbrook coming in. That'll be our last game of the night. Our other sponsor, we have 3 sponsors tonight. Again, the HSOT Jamboree is presented by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men in a Truck, and the U.S. Army. Let's talk a little bit about the U.S. Army. With more than 20 different career fields to choose from, U.S. Army officers receive financial aid for a debt-free education at one of the largest and most advanced organizations of learning in the world. Be all you can be. Visit GoArmy.com for more information today. Handoff here goes to number 27. That is John Muir Hayes.
Yeah, Terry Sanford definitely get some guys in, get some extra reps. But, you know, you still have a chance. Like you said, this doesn't go against the county, against the standards or anything, but they still got a shot. So it's surprising to see them clearing the bench here. Not clearing the bench, but get some reserves in.
A cool 78 degrees here tonight, right now. Cannot beat that on August 9th, Jonas. You and I are North Carolina natives. We know what August usually means, and this is such a pleasant break from the usual. I've been to high school OT Jamborees. This is the 15th one, and everyone's shirts are like sticking to them with sweat. Not the case tonight. So again, if you're in the area, if you're right around the Wake Forest area in particular, you can still buy a ticket. GoFan.com is selling the tickets $10 to get in here, and great matchups the rest of the way tonight.
Yep, like you said, the lineups, the matchups get better. So you're going to see some good football with the last 3 games remaining.
Backed up almost in their own goalpost. I would say in the shadows of their own goalpost, but the shadows are coming from the other end zone, actually. And a loss of a few yards there as Harnett Central had the halfback draw snuffed out. And once again, it's number 99, Wyatt Radbill, making his presence felt.
Yeah, Harnett Central, 71st. I'm sorry, Terry Sanford. Definitely going in the wrong direction, but it's a little option there, and the ball's on the ground.
Fumble, and scooping it up and scoring will be Harnett Central. King Murdoch, the sophomore.
Crown him.
And the Trojans are rolling. What a great response this has to feel on that sideline, knowing what happened last year. Conference championship game, and you lose 42-0, and then you see that you're playing that team again to start off the season, a Jamboree event. I know the win will not go on the record for the 2025 season, but man, it's got to feel good on that sideline of the changes that have been made from a year ago.
Absolutely. I was thinking the same thing. When this is a team that blew you out with a conference champion on the line, and then the first team you see of the next year is that same team, and then you kind of manhandle them and dominate them, that confidence will go a long way if you're Harnett Central.
The extra point is straight and true, and it is now 31-7. Harnett Central with 10 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the second half. Our first game was a 20-12 flag fest with Southern Durham defeating Corinth Holders. This one has big plays all over it. DJ Brown with 3 receiving touchdowns, and then that scoop and score by King Murdoch. Terry Sanford tried it for the first time tonight, really. First time they've shown an option pitch, and it did not go well for them. So they come back out onto the field, and now we see a number of substitutions on the Terry Sanford offense, Jonas.
Yeah, I think it's the time the coach is all right. We got all these guys on the sidelines. We might need them at some point during the year. Let's get them on the field, live action, and see what they can do.
It's live action out there, as Hubert Davis once said. Handoff there to John Muir Hayes.
But that's good, though.
Loss of 1.
I'm sorry. That's good, though. A lot of coaches in situations, they bring a lot of players, and they can, like, hey, let's make sure we get everybody in. Coaches say that ahead of Jamborees. They don't really mean it sometimes, but it's good to see Terry Sanford getting these guys in, getting these reps, because, you know, it counts for them, too. To get their confidence up and get on the field when it really counts for something.
Swing pass caught and making his way where he's pushed out of bounds. This will be a pickup of about 7. That is, apologies, I'm trying to get the names there. DeAndre Hayes with that catch.
I don't want to slight either team that's on the field, but as Roseville and Cardinal Gibbons get on the track, it's almost you can feel like a different buzz in the stadium all of a sudden.
Great crowd here at Trentini Stadium. Swing pass out to the right is complete to Hayes. He fights for extra yardage, going to be just shy of the first down marker. And with 9 minutes left in this one, actually, tell you what, that spot looks pretty close to a first down. We'll see what the signal is.
Oh, referee's going to
move the chains. We're going to move him, yeah. So I thought he was stopped short, but that will be a first down. So, Jonas, you mentioned like trying to find some positives and work towards things. This is the first week that teams can begin scrimmages. We also have next week the Southeast Raleigh Bulldog Bash, powered by High School OT. The action next week kicks off at 6 p.m. It features, and as we see here, a loose ball, and they'll be sacked for a big loss. Next week, we'll feature teams like Knightdale and Cary, Sanderson and Wilson Prep, Garner and Wake Forest, and Jordan versus Southeast Raleigh. For more details on that, visit highschoolot.com.
Wilson Prep, coached by Northampton County legend Philip Dickens.
Does not matter the assignment. Jonas Pope IV will work in Northampton County.
Always.
Some way, shape, or form. You could be the mayor of the county if there was such a thing. Swing pass to Jamir Hayes with some nice moves. Still escaping tacklers across the 40, across the 45, and he's brought down. Pushed out of bounds.
This is what a jamboree is for. This guy might earn himself some playing time just off these last few minutes. He showed some ability right there. Maybe buried on the depth chart for some more experienced batsmen. The coaches see him, they'll have this on film. Might be a guy they can rely on during the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is not like NFL preseason where these guys have great games and still get cut. Jamir Hayes is having a great game and could get himself some more carries in the season. Hayes with a carry there. Good cutback. Flag is on the play in the general direction of holding. I like the vision and the patience he runs with there.
Well, these days he might hold out and try to transfer. No, that's a joke. Joking. But, he's definitely earned himself some reps, or at least more looks in practice with what he's shown here. Like you said, patience, great ability, a little strength running behind his pass for not a big guy, but still making things happen.
That holding is a costly penalty, as now we are moving back to a first and looks like about 22. I'm not quite in the mid-season form of being able to look out there and calculate the yardage in mere seconds.
Yeah. I mean, it's preseason for everybody. We all said that earlier.
Long ways to go. Terry Sanford's down 31-7 and airing it out here. Jump ball almost brought in. He was looking for number 29, and to be honest, we do not have number 29 on the roster. We do not have number 38 on the roster. So a good effort from those two young men.
I mean, again, these reps count, and got to get these guys in and see what they could do, and see if they actually know the plays. Can you trust them? Can you put them in the games and they know what to do? 6
minutes left here in the second half. Harnett Central up big in the second game of the High School T Jamboree, and we have an undeniable face mask. Yikes! Jamir Hayes was lassoed by the face mask and tossed back.
Well, that's what happens when you're 150. That's generous, and you run into a 260 defensive pound lineman. Again, 150 being very generous for this young man, and luckily he's okay. Yeah,
you could tell the look on his face is like got his hand up, but just kind of got snagged in it. And that will move the ball considerably forward. But like most things in high school, don't believe that is a automatic first down either. That's another thing we can all learn, because later in the year I know people are saying automatic first down, but usually it's not in high school. Swing pass, they're going to lose a yard on this one. It's completed to Jaden Longambardi Shade. Make it a 3rd and 5. The clock now ticking under 5 minutes left. We saw Corinth Holders in the first game of the Jamboree today get some points on the board late in the first half and second half to kind of in that game despite the loss, feeling good about themselves. Terry Sanford tried to do the same here. They blew it dead for a contact. Maybe he went out of bounds, but it looked like he might have. It was getting close to being able to dump it off for some big yardage there. Instead, it'll be 4th down. We'll see where the ball is spotted.
Would they call it for contact for the defenders on the quarterback?
I guess they said there was contact there, or he had stepped out. It was kind of close to our sideline. Hard for us to tell.
They're probably like, he's a quarterback wearing 38. We're not going to give him a benefit of the doubt for that call right there.
Terry Sanford coming out to punt with under 4 minutes to go. No rush on this one, and there'll be no return either. On the track, getting ready for the next game is Rollsville right now. We've got also see Middle Creek out there. They take the field after the next game. This punt goes out of bounds. We'll take a quick break here from the High School T Jamboree presented by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men in a Truck, and the U.S. Army.
It's your time to move things forward. U.S. Army Reserve.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
We are back at the High School T Jamboree presented by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men in a Truck, and the U.S. Army. Harnett Central has the ball right here, and they have a sizable lead, 31-7, and the clock is at 2 minutes left of this one. This is game 2 out of 5. Beautiful weather. It's underneath 80 degrees, low humidity here at Wake Forest High School, Trentini Stadium, one of the best stadiums in the state, which used to be the host of Wake Forest University before they moved westward. Needed a little bit more land in Winston-Salem. You can still get tickets right now. We have, again, 3 more games after this one, so don't feel like you've missed them all. There's no sense in trying to do that. Come on out. Beautiful night of football.
Would you say this is one of your favorite stadiums in Wake County?
Oh, it is. It is my favorite in Wake County, period.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hands down.
One of my favorites across the state, and hands down the favorite here in Wake County. The give is to number 4, and a truck stick initiated there at the end of that run as Josiah Grice. He had a 2nd and long and gets it a little bit more manageable there.
That's how you finish a run. That's how you finish a run, Jay Mike. Behind your shoulder pass, clean contact, ran through contact, and that's what you like to see. Late in the game, guys still playing hard, man. I love it.
And we are really late in the game. Less than 1:15 remaining. Harnett Central going to pick up a nice win here at the High School T Jamboree. Rashawn Townsend on the run, trying to shed attacker. He's a tackler, or an attacker, either way you look at it. He gets across the line at the yardage needed for the first down. And now we are under a minute. So now here in the last minute, we'll stop the clock for first downs and things like that.
Clock management things you can work on here in the last few minutes. You know, substitution patterns, getting guys in and out. There's still things to work on, even with less than a minute remaining in the Jamboree.
Clock is soon to run out on this one. The handoff here to Grice again. And just again, folks, Stay with us all throughout the evening. Up next, we've got Rolesville and Cardinal Gibbons, 2 preseason top 10 teams in the high school T statewide top 25. And after that, Wake Forest and Middle Creek, both teams were playoff teams last year, and both will be even better this year, bringing back a number of contributors. And then following that, the last game, Millbrook and Southeast Raleigh, high hopes for both of those squads as well. That is going to be our last play from this one. We're going to go ahead and end this with Harnett Central taking home a 31-7 win over Terry Sanford in the high school T Jamboree presented by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men in a Truck, and the U.S. Army. A big day for Harnett Central, a big day for that guy on your screen, DJ Brown, with 3 receiving touchdowns for the Trojans. I am J. Mike Blake. Stay with us throughout the evening. We'll take a break between now and our next game, Rolesville and Cardinal Gibbons.